السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Here on my table, as you can see, it seems like a whole table in itself, more like an Excel sheet, but it's not. It seems confusing, but I'll just draw it closer for you to see. This amazing person, I don't even know who this person is, but I happen to get this paper. Each letter she has taken and categorized all the things that are happening to the letter as we say it, the characteristics. Now, for instance, the alif, it has hams, it has rukhava, it has al-istifal, it has al-infitah, and it is al-ismat. So it's amazing, she's got all of these together. And then ba is al-jahr, and then there is al-shidda, al-istifal, and al-infitah, and al-idlaq, and al-qalqala. So she's got all of these going on. This sounds amazing, and I wish I could focus it on each and every one, but because I keep this as a reference sheet by me, because sometimes I myself forget. For instance, the ones that I get confused with is, I sometimes wonder, does kha have like it has, I know it has rukhava, but does it have hums? I'm not too sure about it. Rukhava is a rolling sound, and hums is a flow of air. So sometimes I get confused in that, and even in the za and the ra, sometimes I get confused in that. So, but here, alhamdulillah, this is such a beautiful dictionary. In one glance, you've got all these letters, and all these letters having their different characteristics, what's happening on the letter, and why it, so that if you know what these words mean, it really makes it very easy. For instance, what does al-rukhava mean? I think I've already said that. Rukhava means flow of. It's like a rolling sound. It's a flow of sound, okay? And then what does al-infitah mean? Al-infitah is actually the opposite of itbaq. Itbaq is when the sounds of the sa, ta, ta, dha, the middle of the tongue is going up. Infitah is an opening. It's an opening of that space. And then you have al-itbaq. There you go. That's the opposite. And then we have al-isti'ala. The children have already done that. What are the huruf isti'ala? And they've done that as the mighty seven. And they've done the huruf itbaq as the fantastic four. So they already know that. And then you have in the ba, you have al-qalqala. And for that, this is what we are going to teach the children. It's the kutub jad letters, and that's very easy for the children to remember. The qalqala letters, and I sing it qa ba jim dal. So the qa ba jada, that is the kutub jad, the letters that bounce. And then you have hums, the flow of air, and al-jahr. That means there's al-jahr is actually the opposite of al-hams, where there's no flow of air. There's like a stopping of the air. And then you have the opposite of rukhava is ashidda, which means the pronunciation of the letter there's no flow of sound. So there's an instant stopping of the sound. And then there's a few more here that we can go. Al-safir. Al-safir is the whistling sound that you get in the sod and the sin and the za, sa, so, za. There's a definite whistling sound. So that is the whole setup of these letters. It's amazing. I really think this is such a sadqa jariyah for this person who's done it, and I just find it very amazing. And here at the bottom you can see that they're the little breakup of the shidda. And what does it mean in the Arabic? If you read any of the Arabic books and the descriptions to remember, like tawassut, how would you remember tawassut? La, na, amara. Those are the letters where there's a flow of sound and then it stops. And al-isti'ala, and that's the way of remembering. Khussa, dagtin, qidh. And al-idlaq, these are the letters. You can see, faramana laba. So this is an amazing amount of work done on this, and very methodically done. As you can see, there are houses written on the top. House number 1, room number 1. She's even done that. Actually, this is my teacher, Maryam Sultana, who's actually done this, and she's classified the letters like we've done. Al-halaq, as you saw, this is the room. This is room number 1, 2, and 3. Then you have the al-jawf house, where there's the open letters a, u, e, and then you have the Ash-Shafatan house, which is a lip house. You have the fa living on top, and then you have ma, ba, and wa living on the bottom, as you can see. And look at the Al-Lisan house. You have the amazing amount of people. I call this an apartment building to the children. In room number 1 you have qa, then in room number 2 you have ka, then you have jim, sheen, ya in room number 3, and then you have dha alone in 4, and 5 you have la, and then 6 you have na, and 7 you have ra, and then 8 you have ta, da, and ta, and then in room number 9 you have the, and ra, and then in 10 you have za, sa, and sa. So beautiful way of putting that together. And the last but not the least, you have the gunna house, the al-khayshum, where the gunnas live, and that's mim gunna and nun gunna. So that's the makharijul huruf. So each letter has a special place to live in, and this is how it has been done. So I really love this sheet, and I don't even know who this person is who did this, but this is like a dictionary for me, or like something I keep by my side on my table all the time when I'm teaching. So alhamdulillah. Though I don't really teach the makharij of these letters, I just use some of it as you can see in the way I've taught, but this is very, very special. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.